Welcome everyone. In today's reading, we are going to cover Venom Inc. Alpha Venom Inc. Part 1. Venom Inc. is a crossover event between the Amazing Spider-Man and Venom. Venom Inc. and all the characters in it are the property of Marvel Comics. The following story is derived from the Venom Inc. Alpha. This issue is currently available digitally and in a comic book store near you.
In Philadelphia, 1 week ago.
Andy Benton and her symbiote were out on patrol. As they swung from building to building looking for any signs of crime, Andy's phone rang.
Hi, you've reached your friendly neighborhood mania. I'm out on patrol right now. You'll just have to leave a message.
Haha, Andy.
Flash Thompson, formerly known as Agent Venom, was calling Andy to make sure things were going alright between her and her new symbiote. Mania used the phone call to show off her skills to Flash, as she took down a pair of purse snatchers. Just as she finished webbing up the thugs, an alarm sounded in the distance. With Flash still on the phone, Mania raced off to investigate.
What? They're not even wearing costumes. When do I get a real villain?
Mania dropped in on a group of thugs as they exited the shop they just robbed. Suddenly, the door on the getaway van swung open. A sonic blast ripped through Mania. Andy and the symbiote screamed out in agony.
Andy, what happened?
Andy's phone shattered on the sidewalk. Andy struggled to stand as the symbiote struggled to maintain its bond with her. A hooded man emerged from the van.
Sonic and Fire, boys. Let's light it up. That's a nice suit you got there.
The men blasted Andy with sonic guns and flamethrowers. The symbiote tried desperately to crawl away, but it was pinned down by the hooded man.
Mind if I try it on? Meanwhile, at the Guggenheim Museum in New York City.
Two costumed men stood above a subdued security guard.
Excellent. Good work, Ringer. Now it's the Tumbler's time to shine.
The Tumbler jumped over and around a series of lasers to the control panel on the opposite side of the room. As he landed, he proclaimed that this job would put him and the Ringer on good terms with the 5 families.
5 families? You two just got out of the slammer. I'm gonna have to talk to the warden about your conjugal privileges. Now watch, pay attention. I'm going to take you both down without breaking any of the art.
Spider-Man made quick work of the 2 costumed villains. As he was taking a bow for his accomplishments, his spider sense went off.
Black Cat, Felicia, what are you doing here? Did you see what I just did? Great art requires an audience.
Black Cat replied that she was inspired by Spider-Man's work. She attacked a large sculpture, causing it to fall from its stand.
No!
Diving under the sculpture to prevent it from breaking, Spider-Man fell for Black Cat's trap. Leaning on the sculpture, Black Cat taunted that she was going to do a little browsing to see if any of the art caught her eye. As she strutted off, Spider-Man struggled to lift the sculpture back onto its stand. As he pressed the sculpture onto his back, his phone rang.
Come on, Pete, I know you're not busy. Come on. I got a lot on my shoulders.
The next day, at a coffee shop in New York City.
Peter apologized to Flash for missing his call. The 2 old friends sat to catch up.
Okay, Pete, this is fun, but I wanted to ask you to get a hold of Spider-Man for me. Something is going on. You know I used to be Agent Venom. Well, part of the symbiote is still in me. I can sense Venom. I know he's in New York. Someone is hunting the symbiotes, and if Spider-Man can help me get Venom back... Back? He'd probably want to destroy it.
Appalled by what Peter said, Flash decided it would be better if Peter didn't get Spider-Man to help. Instead, he would have to get Venom back on his own.
Later that night.
I know what it looks like, okay? You're thinking that you just caught the looter climbing out of a truck with illegal firearms.
You were always small time, but now you decided to be big time. Now you're a merchant of death. We will make you pay.
Venom slammed the looter into the ground. Fake! They're fake! They're fake! They're fake! They're fake! They're toys! They're toys! The looter explained that he sold toy guns to thugs who wanted to use them in holdups, but didn't want to carry real guns. Venom began to explain to the looter that it was good that the looter was afraid. Fear was a good teacher.
But dead is better.
Eddie Brock struggled to control the Venom symbiote and stop it from attacking the looter.
Enough! Stop! What has gotten into you?
With the symbiote back under his control, Eddie Brock made his way to the Alchemex facility to get more drugs to keep the Venom symbiote from raging out. Venom pleaded with Eddie to not take him back to Alchemex. Distracted by Venom's complaints, Eddie didn't recognize Flash Thompson as he walked past him in the lobby. Eddie confronted Dr. Steve.
Doc, you assured me the outbreaks would stop if I kept a regular treatment schedule. Well, they didn't.
Dr. Steve frantically explained that he never assured anything. The new treatments to control the Venom symbiote were completely experimental. Luckily, he had created a new treatment based off the elements of the anti-Venom symbiote. Provided that these new treatments didn't kill the Venom symbiote, it may be helpful.
Kill? Are you insane? Don't worry, Eddie. I'm back. And nobody is going to harm that symbiote ever again.
Flash Thompson and Eddie Brock argued over the Venom symbiote. Enraged by Flash's claim that he was the better Venom, Eddie let the symbiote cover his skin.
We are Venom!
As things heated up between Flash and Eddie, Spider-Man made his way in through a window.
Spider Tracer's paying off. $3,000 a tracer. Way better than rent.
Spider-Man made his way into the lab. As he pried the door open, he saw the Venom symbiote split between Flash and Eddie.
Flash, don't worry, I'll get it off you.
Flash tried to tell Spider-Man that everything was alright. He could feel the symbiote bonding with him, but Spider-Man didn't listen. He began ripping the Venom symbiote off of both Flash and Eddie.
You two are nuts! This thing is an alien monster! I'll save you both, even if I have to rip it off you piece by piece.
Tossing the spare pieces of Venom aside, Spider-Man accidentally threw a chunk of the symbiote into a vat Dr. Steve had shown Eddie earlier. The doctor quickly told Spider-Man that the vat was full of an experimental serum that would neutralize the symbiotes, but it was harmless to people.
Hang on, Flash.
Spider-Man launched himself behind the vat and began tipping it towards Flash and Eddie. The vat pitched over, spilling its contents onto both of them.
Flash, you okay, buddy? And not Venom?
As the serum evaporated, Flash stood up.
I'm great. And not Venom. So not Venom. I'm... What did they used to call you, Eddie?
I'm anti-Venom.
Meanwhile, at a bar in downtown New York City.
The looter complained to the bartender about how Venom had overreacted earlier. He was gonna kill me! I'm no pushover. I went toe-to-toe with the Valkyrie, and she's an Asgardian, but I thought I was gonna die.
Excuse me, bud. You sound like someone who'd fit right in to my organization.
The looter turned to tell the strange man that he worked alone, but the man suddenly spit in his face.
This is the type of offer you can't refuse.
The looter struggled as a symbiote-like mask engulfed his face.
Don't fret. I'm just that kind of maniac. And you, looter, you just became a made man.
I hope you all enjoyed Venom Inc. Alpha, Venom Inc. Part 1. If you did, this issue is currently available digitally and in a comic book store near you. If you liked this video, please let us know by hitting the thumbs up button and subscribe buttons down below. Thank you all for watching.